Tonight's greatness in barbecue entertainment is partnered with the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, the barbecue store in Hempstead, the Chupacabra Throwdown, Team Cosmos Q Colors, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, We Branded Promotions, Texas Oil Dust, Team Rec Tech, Texas Original Charcoal, the Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Pinkerton's Barbecue, K&R Pipeline Services, Smokin' Magic, All Fired Up Cook-Off, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Half-Fast Cookers, and the Chopping Block in Webster and Victoria. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
If you're gonna put it in the box, put it in the box.
And stamp it.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
Hey, we got any more beer in here?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Give it to them, fellas.
That a plane apparently has crashed into the tower.
Something relatively devastating happening this morning there.
That there is more and more fire and smoke.
Another plane has hit Tower 2.
Horrific scene here. There's debris flying through
directly in the middle of one of the World Trade Center towers.
Both towers of the World Trade Center have been hit.
Hey, Gooder Gang. I know that we don't normally start the show like this, but it is 23 years later from 9/11/2001, and this still affects Americans and service members in a very profound way. I had a visceral reaction just putting that little clip together of a bunch of different things. But my name is Ty Cobb. I served in the United States Army from 1998 to 2017, and we will never forget. We got some veteran intros coming up next. We have a veteran for the show. So, hey, without further ado, let's get this show going.
What's going on, everyone? This is Carlos Calzada from Smoking Nose Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. Go, Miles.
Well, hello there. I'm Dennis Butterworth with Warpig Barbecue, but you can call me Butter, and you're listening and watching the So Smoking Gooder Show with Rob Arocha.
We need to go.
Somebody go buy corn.
I'll go buy another fucking corn dog.
I'm Josh Hale, the corn dog. Hi, Josh Day.
Hey, this is Josh Hale with Sure Shot Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show, the Corn Dog King.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1, let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smoking Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn BBQ headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guests, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smoking Gooder Show starts now.
It is Wednesday, 8 p.m., and Rob Arocha is not here. Rob is over in Japan. He's out handling business, so while he is away, Eddie and I are going to play. We've got a great show for you. We got JP Parran with Bourbon and Blues. He's a Bourbon and Blues BBQ. He is a veteran. We've got some veteran intros. It is 11th September. I want to know, where were you guys on September 11th, 2001? Let me know. Put it in the comments. We'll talk about that a little bit since we got such a veteran-centric thing going on. Without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring in my battle buddy for this edition of the So Smoking Gooder Show and the co-host who has been upgraded for the night to host, Mr. Eddie Morales with Pit Father Barbecue.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
So, I'm doing great. We are
that
all
was
alone.
great, bro. Good job.
How are we going to handle this?
Way to start us off.
Right, strong start. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, Rob has entrusted us with this. I don't think anyone has done a show without him before. So I was pretty amazed. He actually said, "Hey Eddie, you and Ty go ahead and have a show." So I'm excited. I'm here for it, and I'm ready.
I'm ready. I don't know if that was a good decision of him, but let's see what happens. Hopefully, we don't lose all the followers.
Yeah, I don't think we'll lose followers. If anything, we may gain him some new ones. Let's go ahead and get started with some of the shout outs. I mean, I know we got some things to talk about, but let me go ahead and get some of the shout outs here. Let's see who we got coming in first. I know last night when I was making the show, ZZ Top Fan chimed in with the hello. So hello, ZZ Top Fan, for watching at 1 o'clock in the morning. But first in today was Daddy Dutch. Thanks for watching Daddy Dutch, always first in, or most of the time at least. Christian Contreras, Larry Vaughn checking in from North Jersey. Forget about it. Mr. Keen Sharpening Service. Let's see, Please Mike 7, Nicho Arredondo, Smoking Magic checking in. Thank you very much. Ricardo Nito, Brandon Perryman, what's up, Gooder Gang? What's up, Brandon? Corby Simpkins, good evening, Gooder Gang. Los Gordos Barbecue, ZZ Top Fan again. Nico Russ, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Smoking and Toasting Barbecue, what up, gangsters? Tony Longoria, it's a Gooder Wednesday. That's right, it's a Gooder Wednesday. Rob is away. Eddie and I are going to see what we can do with this.
We'll do our best.
What's up, Gooder Gang? Packing the trailer to make the trek to Waller. Oh yeah, big cook-off coming up this weekend. That's where you're going to be, right, Ed?
Hell yeah, I'll be there.
That's what I'm talking about.
I wish I could be there earlier, but you know.
When are you heading over there? Thursday?
Friday,
okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Bill Purvis in the house. Chicken Fried Barbecue. What's up, Gooder Gang? Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. Bobby Delgado. Twisted Cookers. Donnie. Never forget. Thanks for the clip tie. Very nice touch, bro. Yeah, I try to make it do what I do. I don't want to take over Rob's show too much, but if he lets me keep producing this, I'll have some veteran shit on this thing every week.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Good evening, Gooder Gang. Big Racks Barbecue. I don't know if I've seen Big Racks. That's a hell of a cool name. Junior high school. That's where you were during September 11, 2001. Okay, junior high school. Let's see, Johnny Maggs. Aaron Stouffer. Grant Garrison, college apartment bed. Grant Garrison works for Quesco, and he is a hell of a golfer. Thanks for watching the So Smoking Gooder Show, Grant. Who else we got here? Pit Life, Daddy Dutch, John Jensen with Elson Air Force Base. Interesting. That's how many veterans do we have in the comments? That'd be good to know. Corby Simpkins, Let's see who else. What we got? Matt Kaspar. Good evening, guys. Uwe Braun. That's our favorite German. Steven Roziski. Eddie rolls in at midnight. Are you a midnight roll in guy?
Man, sometimes, sometimes you just have to.
Yeah,
stuff comes up and,
And us vets appreciate the love. See, that's the thing is I don't know who all's vets in the community. I try to find out sometimes, but Human Pits building a pole barn 9/11/01. Oh, wow. Okay. Excellent. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. What we got going on this week?
Shit, Danny Dietz, bro.
Yeah. I'm going to be cooking with Carlos Calzada with Smoking Los BBQ in conjunction with the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation. So I'm excited to get out there and see everybody.
So what are you going to be cooking? What proteins or y'all haven't decided yet?
No, I'm going to take all commands from the tower on that one. I don't feel like I have enough experience other than being a dishwasher. Now, if he starts crossing me on how to wash a dish, I may talk back. But when he talks about what proteins we're cooking or what to do, I'm going to be in receive mode all weekend. Just take a bunch of copious notes and then try to up my barbecue game myself. So,
hell yeah,
but a big shout out to the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Mr. Johnny Dunn and Mr. Joey Smith for being so kind to me throughout the years and being so kind to the Tomball VFW. Really appreciate your support.
Hell yeah. No, they do a great job, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, let's see here. Brandon Perryman said 2006 to 2012 U.S. Army veteran. 2 tours in Afghanistan and Iraq.
2000. Thank you very much for your service, Brandon. I was actually when 9/11/2001 happened, I was in Kosovo on a peacekeeping mission with the 551 MP company out of the 716th MP Battalion of the 101st Airborne Division. So I was in Kosovo deployed in 2001, and from then on out, the deployments and the pucker factor, I guess, just tightened up a little bit, and the entire military changed from being a garrison type army that had not been to war for a decade, and then basically being at war for the next 20 years roughly. So anyway, this is a cooking show.
Well, that sounds a lot cooler than what I was doing, because I was sitting in my classroom in 5th fucking grade.
So, you were in 5th grade? Oh,
yeah.
You make me feel old, Eddie.
So yeah, that's what I was doing. I was probably talking back to the teacher or something, doing something stupid. But man, they fucking, as soon as it happened, they put that shit on the TV. They had the TVs mounted on the wall, those big ass, and they turned on the news and everybody started freaking out and they sent everybody home. It was, I guess, nobody knew what was really going on.
For sure.
So school got canceled. We got sent home, and it was crazy. I remember. But
Wes Garrett says nowadays puckering up in the Army means something totally different. Yeah, I've not been in the Army since 2017, so I don't know much what the new culture is like. But yeah, absolutely. Wes Garrett, politically incorrect, producer of the Chicken Fried with Chicken Fried.
Not last night.
He wasn't?
Nah, he wasn't on last night. I don't know where he was, but they had Alonzo, I guess, and I think Alonzo might have done a better job than Wes.
Uh-oh.
So he might be
producer controversy.
Yeah,
Coach Bill Purvis has got some decisions to make.
I think so. I'm gonna help him this weekend make those decisions. So
Alonzo took over. Big Rack says. That's right. Hey, see a need, fill a need, right?
Hell yeah. So
well, hey, let's see. We've covered Rob is absent. Let me go over his agenda real quick. Make sure we talked about Danny Dietz. Hey, let's go ahead and preview your guests. Who we got coming on tonight?
Man, so I met him this past weekend over in some outlaw cook-off in Parker, Texas, and it was 9:00, right? And I texted Carl Davis. I said, "Hey, bro, do you have any alcohol so we can do a 922 shot?" And he's like, "Man, I don't." So I walked over there and I'm like, "Man, you got a shot?" He's like, "Nah, I don't have anything, but man, I know who does, bro. Let's go." So we walked over to his trailer and he was like, "Bourbon and barbecue, man. I know he has something." And sure enough, he fucking whipped up something in his trailer and then came over with the mason jar full of some really good shots. So I had 4 of them back to back. So man, it was cool. And after that, yeah, we talked for a little bit, and he called me. He came over. He said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you now. You know what I call you?" I said, "What's that?" He was like, "I call you the Soul Crusher because you always crushing souls on Rate My Box." And I'm like,
That's true, though. That's true.
You know, I gotta be honest, bro. So, but yeah, man, I looked into, and it looks like he's been cooking for a while. He's been doing, you know, we'll let him talk about that. So, man, if you're ready to bring him on, I'm ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted to say one thing. I told you before the show is like at first I thought you were trying to be funny when you were talking about, 7 as soon as a picture would come up. But then I realized after getting to know you on the show, you have very exacting standards, and that's exactly what you need in order to up everybody's game. So I know it's a little bit fun. I know we kind of mess with each other, but in my opinion, from my seat, from where I look, I see people getting better just because of Rate My Box, just because of the amount of classes that all these great cookers are putting out. Like I love what's going on in the cook game. But hey, let's bring him on. JP Parran with Bourbon and Blues BBQ, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing his last name wrong.
What's up,
Did I pronounce it wrong?
Yeah, it's Parran. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Sorry, my bad. I should have asked.
Nah, we're good.
What up, bro? Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys so much for having me, man.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I did want to answer your question, Ty.
Yes, sir.
So during 9/11, I was actually living in Anchorage, Alaska. And I remember that morning because I woke up and we're 4 hours behind East Coast when I was living out there. And I remember turning the TV on and not believing. It was like surreal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll never forget where I was and looking at the TV and seeing those planes hit the tower. Totally changed my mind. Like you said, being a guy in the military, like, man, I wish I hadn't got out, because when that happened, I had been out for maybe 8 months.
Oh, wow.
And it made me want to go back in.
Yeah, I remember it was rarely in the morning in Kosovo. I was walking into the company talk, and I logged on to a computer, and I went to CNN or some news channel, and I saw smoke coming out of the world, the first tower the guy hit. And my ops sergeant said, "Yeah, hey Cobb, I think some commuter flyer accidentally went into the World Trade Center because it was just preliminary reports." And then, however many minutes later, the other one hit, and we were right there. We didn't get to see it on TV because we were in Kosovo, so all we had was AFN. But we're steadily hitting that refresh, and then it became very apparent, within a couple hours that we were going to be at war. So, but yeah, that's another story. But hey, JP, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in the cook game, and kind of where you're from and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So KCBS is what we mostly cook. And we started off as judges. I say we, my wife and I are the team that is Bourbon and Blues. And we started off as judges in 2010. We went on a date, went to Annapolis. We were on the East Coast at the time, lived in DC. Took on a date to Annapolis to a barbecue cook-off. And we thought we were going to be able to sample some of the barbecue. That's kind of how we see the people now coming up to us asking for barbecue. And I'm always easy with them because that was me some years ago.
Right.
With all that being said, ran into the right person. He told me how I could eat as much barbecue as I want. Mr. John Bush gave us a card, and the rest was history. I just went online and signed up for a class, and we judged from 2010 until May of 2022, when we decided to throw our hat in the ring and give it a try, and signed up to be backyard cooks.
Who was if you don't mind saying, who was the class you took?
I think he took a judging class, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took a judging class, but to answer that question, before we got started, we did take Johnny Trigg's class. That February, we took Johnny Trigg's class. That May, we cooked our first comp.
Gotcha.
Hell yeah. That's badass, man. So starting off as a man, because I get a lot of people every
Spicy brown. I like that.
I was about to ask you that next. Where did that come from? But
spicy brown, man. You know how when you're at comps, shit just happens, and basically
like shit just happens.
yeah, stuff happens, man. So we're passing out. I cooked a bunch of sausages and put them in my backpack and went around handing them out to my friends. And I was like, hey, I have mustard, man. What do you want? This is West Garrett. So we're all sitting around the campfire, and I'm like, hey, man, what do you want? I have regular mustard. I have some other kind of mustard. And I was like, I have spicy brown. And he was like, man, Spicy Brown, that's your new name, Spicy Brown. I was like, yeah, man, that was my old stripper name, coming to the stage, Spicy Brown. And he was just like, that's it, I'm calling you Spicy Brown. I was like, I don't care.
I bet 500 he asked you for a lap dance because Wes is known for getting lap dances by men. I don't know if you know about that.
Hey, he tips well.
And I have videos, bro. I have videos on my phone. I should have sent them to Ty so he can post them, but I didn't think Wes was going to get started that early.
That's funny.
But he definitely loves lap dances from Luke. Let's just leave it at that.
Oh man. Is that old Virginia Smoke?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
And man, Wes was he was all over the place with him. You should have seen them. They were having a twerk off, all kinds of shit.
Twerk off. That's hilarious.
But
what's up, Shane?
No, yeah, man. I have a lot of friends too, like you said, man. Though, hey, man, I see you're doing a cook-off. Let me know when so I can come try some barbecue. And I'm like, that's not what it's about, bro. That's not how it works. You got to sign up to be a judge. I mean, I'll leave you, some leftovers if I have anything. But usually, man, I'm cooking just enough, to turn in and maybe try a bite or two, and the rest is going in the trash. So. Yeah, and people think that that's what you do at a cook-off. You go and sample food, and I'm like, only people that sample the food are the judges, bro. So,
right. Do you think that there could ever be anything done like that from I remember at the Tomball VFW, I always wanted to have some kind of sampling area. Would that be conducive to cooks to have a sampling area also to where people could come by and maybe pick up their marketing materials and stuff like that, or is that just not worth it?
I think some people try to do people's choice or whatever you don't turn in, they'll give you a tray and then you just fill that tray up and turn it in, and then they'll do whatever the hell they want with it. But I mean, like I said, I don't know about, JP, but man, I have maybe 1 or 2 ribs left, and then everything else is getting turned in. And I mean, brisket is just the ends, and that's about it.
Yeah. There's not enough to feed like a neighborhood. You know what I mean? There's a little left over. Cooking collars, I have a lot of pork left over, but for the most part, Eddie's right. There's not much left over afterwards.
JP, Little Gringo's got a question. Ask him who killed Kenny. They have an outline on the pavement there in Tennessee. What's that all about?
Oh man. So this is one of my barbecue homies, my man Mad Dog Steve. So long story short, man, there was a competition in Nashville, Smoke on the Shores. Shout out to everybody with Smoke on the Shores. You guys had Ear Cantrell last week. That's the comp that him and Jason Cole put on in Nashville. So I hooked up with Uncle Kenny and Steve with Mad Dog when we were doing Florida last year in the winter months, January, February. And they said, hey, are you going to do that one in Nashville? We know Jason. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing that one. They're like, okay, well, let's hook up, go into town early, and we'll just hang out. So it's like, okay, we all show up Wednesday. We go to this RV park, and Henny comes over to our trailer and he slips on a rock or something as he's walking out of our trailer. So my man Steve comes up with this story that my wife pushed him down the steps. So when we got set up at the comp the next day, we're all over hanging out with a bunch of our barbecue friends, and he takes tape and winds it around the trailer and draws an outline of a body and says that, my wife, Colleen, pushes Uncle Kenny down the steps and does the outline and stuff. And it's like, rest in peace, UK. And dude, we get back to the trailer that night and I laughed so hard because it was just unreal, man. Colleen had filmed it because she went back to reload on drinks for us. Anyways, man, that's what it was. Uncle Kenny fell and Steve came up with this story about Cutthroat Colleen, how she'll push you down the steps, don't turn your back on her and all this, man. It was hilarious at the time, and a few people know it, and obviously that person knows what's going on with it. But yeah,
That's funny.
That's the barbecue family, man. There's always something, right?
It's always something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Eddie.
No. Go ahead. That's all I was gonna say. Yeah, it's always...
I was gonna say, like, with the culture of cooking, and you said that your wife Colleen, you said.
Yep.
How does she involved, and then what is like each person's responsibilities during a cook?
So the dynamics of our team is, I'm the pit master. I do the cooking, and my wife does the boxes and helping me with staying calm and putting things in the right place and in the right spot and finishing the finishing of the food before it goes into the boxes. And she runs all the boxes, and ancillaries is where she probably helps the most because we'll put our heads together and come up with something what we think is dynamic. We do pretty good in ancillaries.
Gotcha.
You guys call them jackpots, but in KCBS world, we call them ancillaries.
Yeah, it depends on what the promoter puts on the flyer. But man, speaking of, so you started off as a judge, and then you went to KCBS as in the backyard division, and then so are you still in the backyard division, or how did that transition happen from backyard to masters? I'm not really sure how it works.
So backyards are 2 meat competition, some comps 3 meat competition. So it's always chicken and ribs, but sometimes it's chicken, ribs, and pork. And if you're cooking in Florida, it's chicken. What's up, Brent? It's chicken, ribs, pork, and brisket all over Florida. Whether you're backyard or masters, it's all 4 meats. So I got my practice in with the first 2 meats. I did really well last year. We ended up doing pretty well, like I said, cleaning up in the backyard divisions, and I felt as though it didn't make sense for us to go back to that division. We didn't really have anything else to prove. We learned enough. We felt that we could move up. And for anyone that's looking to do it, I say go ahead and make the jump. Expect there to be some growing pains. Those 2 meats, those 2 big meats, pork every weekend and brisket, can be tough to get used to. The difference between the 2, in my opinion, after doing almost a full season of masters, is that the little mistakes that you may be able to get away with in backyard, you will not get away with in the masters. There's just too many people that are on their game. Much like yourself, Eddie, I heard you talking about, your boxes and making them look good. I am 100% on board with making your boxes pretty as you possibly can. This year we made the transition, and I know it doesn't sound like a big thing, but in KCBS, we used to do lettuce. We made the transition to kale, and our boxes look much better just by stepping it up with the kale. We worked on figuring out different layouts for our boxes, and there's been some growing pains, but we think we have things kind of, on track and nailed down. And hopefully this weekend we'll be able to make some noise at Danny Dietz.
Hell yeah. So you chose to leave the backyard division, or do you get do they make you go on to masters, or is it just like your choice? Can you stay backyard forever?
Yeah, you can stay backyard forever.
So they don't ever come out and say, hey, you know what? You're kicking too much ass. You need to fucking go cook with the master series.
Well, you get it from masters teams, because I did all last year. They're like, yeah, what are you doing? Stop beating up on the backyard teams. Bring your ass up here. All last season I got it. So this year we did it. We made the jump.
And
but there are guys out there that have been cooking it for, backyard for 10, 12 years, and it just depends. Big Meat Mike, what's up, brother?
So now that you made the switch over to the masters, are you able to go and cook a backyard, or are you done?
Big Rack said I cleaned house in backyard last year. Thanks, bro. What was your question again, Eddie? I don't want
to. So once you go cook a master series, are you able to go back and cook a backyard if you wanted to? Or
so KCBS rules basically state that you can cook 3 masters events a year and still qualify for backyard cooking. If you cook 12 in a lifespan, meaning, you know, you've cooked 3 for 4 years, once you get past 12, you're done. Like you can't go back.
And if you win one of those 3, it doesn't
And
matter.
if you win one, you're done as soon as you win, regardless of how many you've cooked.
So do you plan on going back to backyard or?
No way. I can't right now. Like once you RGC, you're done.
Even RGC.
Yeah. If you RGC or GC, you're done. And I've already done that, so we're done.
Well,
we couldn't go back if we wanted to.
That's pretty cool. I never cooked a backyard. I didn't even know about backyard until after I cooked a KCBS, and I love KCBS, bro. That's honestly my favorite organization to cook. And then, so how long you been cooking in Texas? Was this your first week, or have you?
No, bro. So last year we came down and actually met Rob at the Royal, and then I met him later on when we cooked Buffalo last year. So we cooked 2 CBAs last year, Buffalo and Paris. And what we didn't know at the time that Buffalo was the last competition of the season, and all the champs were there, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody was there, and I was like, really? We picked the one with every top 25 team in the whole CBA? Yeah, it's like, wow, that's a good one to pick. You know, we were just stoked to get a chicken call, man. We got a chicken call. Was that it, or did we get a rib call? No, we just got a chicken call. Yeah, we got a chicken call. We were stoked. Like, man, with all these guys, we actually got a chicken call. Sweet.
And you came down here with your recipes, your same KCBS stuff, and you came
Same
down
stuff,
and
bro.
ran the same shit. You didn't change
Same
anything
stuff.
up?
Quick story though.
Hell yeah.
Kid Polk told me, he's like, AP, I'm gonna tell you, man. He goes, this weekend, you know, you were cooking for Cowboys, man, and they, you know, they really don't take offense to it if they didn't like your sweet stuff, man. Like that sweet stuff just don't hit for Cowboys. But next weekend you're going up to Paris, man, and those folks up there, up north, man, they're going to like your sweet stuff. So just run it hard next weekend. You're going to do all right. And he's right. I got a couple of calls the next weekend, man. Kid Polk's a legend, bro.
This Kid Polk with canned heat, barbecue. We're going to the So Smoking Gooder show. Let's all drop in.
The legend, baby.
Anytime there's a Kit Polk mentioned by a guest, Rob's standing orders is to play that video every time.
Man, being a fucking Kit motherfucker with that first place brisket this weekend, I was like, man,
Walmart brisket, bro.
I know they call fucking first place, and I'm like, man, who? And fucking Kit stands up, and I'm like, God damn it, Kit. I love it. But man, I love hearing everybody's impersonation of Kit. Everybody has a different accent for Kit, and I might have heard 3 or 4 of them this weekend, including Kit trying to impersonate somebody else, and it sounded the same. There was no difference. I'm like, Kit, you're impersonating yourself, bro. What are you talking about right now?
He's all serious too when he talks, man. So Shane asked him this weekend. He's like, hey Kit, so which one of your pits did you bring this weekend? He's like, oh, man, you know, I brought Chop Job. You know, he'll get the job done, man. Chop Job will get the job done. You'll see tomorrow.
He told me the exact same thing, and I'm like, oh, shit, we're fucked. Yeah, he's getting first place something.
Yeah.
So, man, so you ready for next weekend? This weekend coming up, or where are y'all at right now? Are y'all back home, or are you around?
No, so we're still
somewhere
in Texas, man. We're in I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess it's like Brenham, Texas. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're at a campground in Brenham, and we're going in tomorrow. So after I talked to Chris Davis, we were coming in on Friday, and then Chris Davis, you know, Cross Rifles, he's like, yeah, man, me and my wife, we're gonna get down there Thursday, man. When you coming in? I was like, shit, I guess we're coming in Thursday now, bro. So we made another reservation to get into Jellystone on tomorrow instead of Friday.
Man, there's a cook-off in Brenham. You can just stay there.
Yeah.
There's a CBA, bro. You need that CBA practice for Buffalo this year.
Nah, man. I already cooked the CBA this year. I did the Rhode Island one.
Oh, did
we
you?
did okay.
You
Yeah,
do okay?
we took third at that one. So we're pretty stoked about CBA, man. Like you like KCBS. Like I got to be honest, I love KCBS, but there are just some things about CBA that I like just a little better.
Man, speaking of that, so what's your walk-up song for CBA?
Yeah, man. So the guy's name is Whitey Morgan, and it's the song is Bourbon and the Blues.
Nice. Okay.
So I mean, he talks about the team name like right in the song. It just so happens that we're both on the same page. Like crazy stuff.
So how did that team name come up? Are you? Obviously you're into bourbon because you fucking whipped up a badass shot. So how did that team name come up?
So back around 2015, my wife was finishing up like her master's program, and she had to come up with like a business concept or something like that. So we were like, oh, why don't we do the barbecue thing? Like one day we might compete or something, kind of as a joke. It's like, yeah, let's go. Well, what do we like? Yeah, we like bourbon. And we like going to live blues, and it's a barbecue team, so it's Bourbon and Blues BBQ. So that's what we went with for her project, and it kind of stuck.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you like the blues, huh?
Love the blues, my man.
Have you ever heard of a gentleman named Malford Milligan out of Austin?
No, but I'm gonna look him up now.
I will send. After I've got your email, I will send you. He's got a new album coming out very soon. Malford Milligan used to sing with Storyville back in the '90s. Amazing voice. Wait till you hear him. It's amazing. I'll send it to you after this.
Right on, bro. Appreciate it. Hey, look, I'm a music fan. If you ever park next to me at a cook-off, you're liable to hear everything from the Doobie Brothers to '90s hip hop to slow jams to '80s rock. I mean, dude, I listen to everything, and I love the blues. About. You're gonna hear some blues, some Southern soul. Like, yeah, I'm just a music fan.
I mean, do you think that eclectic mix of music comes from being in the military, or did that come from your youth, or where did that come from? Just loving every type of music? Because I found that I love every type of music probably because of the military, because I was subjected to everything.
Right. I would give some credit to that, but I give most of the credit to just being open-minded and like willing to hear things. So the first time someone lets you listen to something and you had no idea that was going to come from the artist that you heard it from, or that's what that genre really was, like I'd have never thought in a million years that I love bluegrass. I love bluegrass. It's a play on blues, in my opinion. So yeah, it's just, I grew up in a town where we had country and western station was our local radio station. So, when I had that little cheap fake Walkman thing, like that's all I could pick up was the local radio station. So I learned to listen to country music as a young boy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy what makes us who we are after, we were talking beforehand, we're almost 50 years old for myself. It's amazing what makes us who we are and what makes us like, and some of the things we like and then don't like. I love the mix. So.
Yeah, but Ty, to answer a little more of what you asked, the military taught me to just try new things, and before I went in the military, I was a picky eater, and by the time I got through basic training, I was no longer a picky eater. So it made me want to try. I was like, okay, I've always been wrong about this. I've always been wrong about that. Let me try more stuff.
Yeah, let's see. Smoke Cute on Main Street says, I was fortunate to be near JP1's site last year and can attest he is quite the DJ with all kinds of music.
Got that right. That's hey, man, like I said, I'm not going to make everybody happy, but, for the most part, if you're next to me, you're going to hear something at some point that you like, and you're going to probably try to request that I just keep playing whatever it is that you like, but I'm going to play a little bit of everything. So
do you have a certain mix that you play when you're cutting? Like when you're prepping the food, because I got a buddy named Tom Clark with JC Good Old Boys. He's got specific songs that he plays when he's cutting the brisket, specific songs he plays when he's doing the pork. Are you that sentimental or not sentimental?
I'm not that meticulous. But what I will say is I've got a playlist, and I rock that playlist. And we're cooking a double. Shout out to Luke with Old Virginia Smoke. And Chris Schaefer with Heavy Smoke because they turned me on to Slow Jam Sundays. When we were at a comp earlier this season, it was the second day, and they're like, dude, you got to play Slow Jams today. And I'm like, what? They're like, dude, it's Slow Jam Sunday. It's a real thing. And Chris is like, nah, man, it's a real thing. So if you're ever at a comp with me on a Sunday, there's a chance that I'm going to be rocking 90s Slow Jams.
I'm pretty sure you just got Wes Garrett all fucking hot and bothered by talking about Virginia Smoke and Slow Jams, bro. So Wes said you're 51% Caucasian. How true is that?
Man, if he counts my wife Caucasian rubbing off on me, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, so you're commenting about that, man. Yeah, he might not be commenting. Oh, there he goes. That was a quick one, Wes.
I hate Eddie. Always good when you can get under Wes's skin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is it West or is it West?
I'm pretty sure it's West.
It's West.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's West.
Do you know if he's been to the Jack?
People call him West for short. You know what I mean? But man, I don't think so. Maybe he has. I don't know. West, have you ever
just bought the sweatshirt?
Damn it. So let me ask you, what's that shot you came up with, and is that something that you come up with every weekend, or did you just fucking?
No, man, I just threw it together, bro.
Came up with
I just threw it together, man. I looked at what I had, and Carl said you guys needed a shot, or we needed a shot, so I was like, okay.
So what is it? What did you give us?
So that was West Virginia's finest, pineapple juice, and ginger ale.
And you just came up with that on the spot. It's not something that
man. Hey, look, if I look in your fridge, I can probably tell you what you can cook for dinner out of your fridge. Like just like with what you have, like ingredients and what makes sense. I watch a lot of food shows and mixing drink shows, and my mother used to do things like make magic out of leftovers and shit, and I kind of picked up on that same trait, dude. My mother can take 4 ingredients and make it taste like 20.
So your love for the culinary arts started probably at a very early age?
Yeah, hanging out in the kitchen with my mom, dude. She was a hell of a cook, and she thinks she's a hell of a baker, but she's a hell of a cook. She's a hell of a cook, and I used to sit in the kitchen, and she'd be like, "Hey, taste this. Tell me what you think it needs." I'd be like, "Usually, when you put this and this in, it tastes a little bit better. It tastes like it's missing that," and that's how I kind of learned flavors. Yeah.
What's your favorite mom dish? Comfort food mom dish. Go.
Ooh, man. Dude, she made a mean Salisbury steak. And if I had to go sides, I would say she made this boiled potato thing that I just told my wife about the other day. That's kind of crazy, where she would just kind of boil potatoes and then saturate them in butter and like a little of the water that was left, the starchy water that was at the bottom of the pan. Because, I mean, we didn't grow up with a bunch, man, but you wouldn't know it from our dinners every night. Like, mom really made it happen. And then the sides would be like watercress. I don't know if you guys ever had watercress, but like it's something that like people hoity-toity about now. But when you grow up in the country like me, it was shit that people grew. So they would pick it. It would be muddy and nasty, and you would have to clean it up. But it's like the best greens in the world. Like kale and cabbage are all fine, but my favorite is watercress.
Watercress. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, bro. And you cook it just like other greens, man. Like go ahead, if you can find it, you're gonna find it probably at a specialty store or something now. But if you can find it, right? See Wes Garrett. When you find the water, Google it, Wes. When you find watercress, just cook it like you would normally cook greens. Season your pot, put a little water in it to steam it, and you'll be like, "Holy shit, JP was right. This is amazing."
Why don't you make some this weekend?
Because I'm not gonna find it here in Texas without doing a bunch of research, Eddie.
Pretty sure you can go run down to Walmart and grab some.
Oh, that's not a Walmart thing. Maybe a Whole Foods, bro.
You got to wash them, throw them in the bathtub and wash them. I don't know how that works, but
nah, man. I had a great childhood, man. I got to eat a bunch of awesome meals because my mother was an amazing cook.
Man, what's your favorite food to eat here in Texas?
Texas, dude, you guys have the best like salsa in the world. Like hands down, like I know you guys are gonna say you have the best brisket and like all this stuff, but your salsa game down here is like, forget about it. It's
Salsa.
next level.
So chips and salsa, huh?
Yeah, your salsa is like, when we come to Texas, we load up on salsa.
Man, I'm from Texas and I love me some fucking salsa. Like,
you guys, hey, what's your favorite brand? Tell me, please school me. Because the last time we were here, I bought something that I can't find anywhere. I couldn't even find it online, dude. I was pissed.
My favorite bread?
No, your favorite brand of salsa.
Oh, brand.
What's
I was like, bread.
Your favorite type.
My favorite brand is not anything they sell at the store. Usually, you know, at a Mexican joint. So, man, you know what? So I'm going. What do you like? Spicy shit?
Yep.
All right.
Hotter and better.
I'm hitting this badass breakfast joint tomorrow morning, and I'll grab you a jar of their green salsa. That shit's off the chain, bro. So if I remember, I'll try to. I'll grab you one and I'll bring it. But that shit, it's fire.
No, I'm not. I don't know that we're gonna be at the Red, White, and Q. Whoever just wrote that one in New Jersey. We did it last year. It's a double. It's a real good comp. But I don't know when it is, and I'd have to look at my schedule. But I don't believe we're gonna do that one.
Are you going? You going to the Royal this year?
Yeah.
And then before, what are you doing the weekend before? Are you gonna go to BBQ?
We're not sure about BBQ. My man Sid just signed up for it. I think I saw his Good Googly Goo. I saw he was going to be there. Smoking Magic told us about it. There's a few people that told us about it here lately, and we're considering it. Darren, my man Darren, and his dad runs that comp.
Nice.
American Flyer. Yeah,
probably going to be there.
Oh, but you're going to do it? You're going to do it, Eddie?
That's the plan right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, shout out to American Fire, man, for putting that on.
Man, if not, I hear there's one in Louisiana, a small one. I might hit that one too.
Is that the police department one?
I don't know. That's wherever Wes is going, and I love beating up on Wes. So
I think we've signed up for the police department one. I think it's like a police department one in Louisiana. I think we did sign up for that one.
Did you go to the KCBS Invitational?
No, I didn't. We were in Nevada doing that.
Oh, okay.
You know, I told you I cooked Norco when you asked me if I was at Norco.
Oh, that's right.
Year. I was at Norco this year, so yeah.
Yeah, it's full. I already signed up though, so I'm good. Wes.
Jamie Mintz, what's up, brother? It's my East Coast peeps, man. Jamie's a hell of a cook, dude.
Yeah. When's he coming down to Texas?
Hey, you might not want that.
I want all the smoke.
Hey, this is a guy that'll show up and throw a 714 on you or 712 or something like. Hey, man, you might not want it, bro.
7. I'm just kidding. Hey, Ty, drop me down real quick, bro. I got to go do something.
All right.
My pizza burning, my man. Barbecue. Oh.
He went on an absolute tear last year.
Yeah, Kevin, man. Hey, so I met this guy. I told you about Buffalo, right? So I've got my drums set up and stuff, and I'm out back getting stuff done. At the time, I was cooking on WSMs. They weren't drums yet. And this guy comes around the parking lot. He's just like, he drives around the whole parking lot. And he's like yelling at people and stuff. And he looks at me. He said, man, there's too many good teams out here, bro. I'm going home. I was like, why would that guy just come in and leave? I was like, nah, that guy's messing with me. He's probably the best one here. So when I ran around to like introduce myself to all the teams, someone asked me, do you know who that guy is? I was like, nah, man, but I figured he's pretty good because he came in and you know, basically said that there were too many good teams. He was going home. And they're like, yeah, he's the one that's killing it. He's the one that's leading the points chase. He's just here to defend his shit.
Yeah, he like I was watching his social media game as he started to win, and then his social media just blew up, and then just the whole thing is everything came together for him, and I've not got to taste the food yet, but I did stand behind him and watch him as he was cooking a couple times, and just very meticulous, and he's been on the show a couple times, but yeah
man, he's a stud, dude. So
there's some personalities in this barbecue game that I just want to get on TV, man. I want Food Network to come set up shop at all of our, competitions around here. I think this is the coolest thing ever,
Hey, dude, he's got the coolest walk-up song ever.
What's his walk-up song again?
It's the OJ's money.
Right. Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, and he walks up with the lokes on and shit. It's like so cool, dude. It's like, look at this motherfucker, he's cool as shit.
That's
yeah,
right.
man, it's exciting. He came up to DC. He cooked the barbecue battle in DC, and he almost won the shit on a borrowed pit.
On a borrowed pit.
What
do you think about?
He almost won the shit. He got like 3 calls, man.
And that's just it's all right here. It doesn't matter what equipment you're using. Just like Michael Jordan's shot, like it's all right here. That's what makes that stuff happen. What do you think about like Bill Purvis, Phil Breeden, Aaron Leslie going to Australia, Alaska? I think IBCA had I want to say Rhode Island or maybe it was CBA. I'm not for sure who it was. But someone had a competition in Rhode Island.
Yeah, man, I cooked that one. That's what I was just talking about. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, have you got any other continents? Oh, I got to get your perspective on this real quick after this question. But do you have any things popping up to where you're going to be going to maybe another continent to cook? You got any plans like that?
Not right now that we can talk about, but my wife would love for us to go to Australia because she went there. She studied abroad in Australia, so she'd love to go back there. So that's a possibility in the future is going to Australia.
So I let me pose a question to you real quick that may get the chat started with some shit talking. But what are your parameters for an international competition if someone's going to be called a world champion? Like, do you have to have multiple countries there, multiple continents? What's kind of JP's take on what a world champion is?
Well, I think they've got it pretty close to right. When you look at, there's only a few ways to win a world championship, and it makes it very limited, right? So you either win the Jack or the Royal, or Memphis in May. Oh, and you guys have, I think, San Antonio Rodeo and the Houston Rodeo. I think they both count as well, right?
Not San Antonio.
Not San
Antonio, but Houston. Yeah, so it's very limited. And I think if you're going to call something a world championship, that it has to be limited and it has to at least be open to the whole North America, to where Canadians can be involved or Mexico can be involved. Any other South America, I think they pretty much have it right for right now.
So you're more the countries as opposed to continents. Because we got seven?
It's kind of tough.
Countries in North America?
It's kind of tough to, everyone has their opinions. I just think right now what I'm going to say is that they're doing it pretty right. It's not like every cook-off can be considered a world championship just because you cook in a sanctioning body and you won team of the year or whatever. Like, that doesn't make you a world champion. You have to go where all these big dogs are, where they had to qualify to get in at this invitational only deal, and it makes it exclusive. So you just can't tag your stuff with world champion.
All right. So that part right there, I think, answered the question, like what you consider would be a world championship. And you just said it. You have to get invited. You have to qualify. It has to be exclusive. It has to be, not every cook-off can consider itself a world champion. But again, you said it has to be open to the whole world. And I think every single cook-off every weekend is open to the whole world. I mean, even, the cook-off we just did, I'm pretty sure if somebody from Australia was going to sign up, and I mean, it'd be open. Somebody from Mexico, Canada, anywhere. They're not closed. Like, all right, it's going to be a United States only, it's every cook-off is open to the world. Now, if 3 teams just happened to show up last weekend, 1 team from Mexico, 1 team from Canada, and 1 team from, I don't know, Australia, would that have been a world championship?
No.
Because it wasn't in the title.
No, because it wasn't an invitational where they invited, the top teams who had to qualify to get there.
So
I think I like that. Yeah.
What if it was in the title? What if they announced it as a world championship, but you didn't need an invite?
I mean, you can call a turd a trophy, but it's still a turd. You know what I mean? Like you can call it whatever
I'm
you
with
want
you. I
to,
agree
but
with
make
you.
it true.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. But there's some cook-offs, and you know, nothing against anything or anybody. Is just, you know, what makes it a world championship. Just because you put it in the name, is that a world championship? KCBS World Invitational. That's one of them. Is it a world championship because you name it that? Because
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Like I said, you can call anything you want, but the reality is it has to make sense. And I think what they have right now is limited, and it makes sense.
Well,
You know that white stuff on top of chicken shit? It's still chicken shit.
Yeah, exactly. But you can call it fertilizer or whatever you want because you have another use for it, but it's still shit.
So you think that for example, the CBA world, right? That's what it is. It's a CBA end of the year event, and it's a world championship, and there's been teams from, you know, Canada, Mexico. There's been international teams, so you wouldn't consider that a world championship because you didn't need an invite.
The invitationals that you have to qualify to get into kind of tiers it to where it's not just any mojo off the street. It's supposedly the best of the best for that year or at that time.
What about Memphis in May? You can pay to get it.
Memphis in May is not an invite only. You don't have to qualify for it. You just have to fill out the packet and pay the money and get in. But I respect what Memphis in May does, and I believe that it does qualify as a world championship.
This is a long-standing argument and lots of consternation. Some people, you know, in the Gooder gang say, you know, it should have multiple countries. Some people say it should be, you know, a world championship has to have multiple continents. So we're trying to come up with a all-powerful council to set these rules in order so that we can, you know the exact rules. So it's just a fun little thing we do on the show.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to what I initially said and the things that I said just off the top of my head with it being invites. The only exception I would probably say is Memphis in May because of the prestige that it has. I would kind of change it. And it's not an invitational, but they can tell you that you can't get in. So it kind of is, you are kind of invited. And I know that's it's kind of a double talking thing. It sounds like a double talk, but you are invited because you turn in your packet and you're not guaranteed to get in. It's not like, you know, the memorial that we're going to this weekend where first come, first serve, you pay your money and, you know, show up with your 4 meats or whatever and you get in. They kind of look at what your team has done and if you're worthy of being there, kind of along the same lines. But
are you talking about
Memphis? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen teams get in that haven't done shit. So, I mean, first year teams, they just, man, really all you got to do for Memphis is have money. If you got money, you're getting in.
I'm not going to argue with that, Eddie.
You know what I mean? If you got money, you're getting in that month. It doesn't matter what you've done or what you haven't done. But
at least Big Rack's Barbecue says nobody will ever agree on this. Let's move on. But that is why we ask the questions, because sometimes getting a unique perspective, maybe JP is going to give us a nugget that be like, holy shit, that is absolutely right. And with all the other gathering of knowledge, we've talked about this. I know we beat the hell out of this dead horse, but sometimes if you want to make some change, you got to ask a bunch of questions. So yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, Eddie.
Nah, JP was going to say something.
Yeah, so I would just wanted to back up real quick, and I thought about something. So when I first started cooking in May of 2022, I can remember my expectations being different from what they are now when I go into cook-offs. So when I first went to my first cook-off, it was in West Virginia. It was in Ripley, West Virginia, and that first time I got a call, it was like a 9th place chicken call or something. And I went home being irritated because I was like, man, that's all we got was a 9th place chicken call. We cooked 3 meats, and they were good and da-da-da-da. And I realized that, man, there were way better cooks there than me. I'm a first-time team, and I actually got a call. So I should have been happy about it when I wasn't. It just made me want to cook again and get better. And I said all that to say this, that the guy that I was next to that day was so nice and calming my nerves. And I was worried about my stuff being done early. My pork was done early. My ribs were done early. And he turned to me and he's like, hey, man, don't worry about it. You know what Tuffy Stone says? I was like, oh, what's Tuffy say? He's like, better to be looking at him than looking for him. And I have lived by that to this day. I do not get worried anytime my stuff is done early. I see it as a big time plus. You throw it in the can, bro. Sit it on the counter, do whatever you have to do, and don't worry about it, because the worst feeling in the world is chasing a temp or chasing doneness. And I owe all that to Hambone. I think it's Hambone on the half shell. Hambone by the fire. I don't know why I always mess his name up, but Hambone, really nice dude, talked me down. So shout out to Hambone. Thank you so much, brother.
So absolutely, that's every cooker's dream to have everything done early. Fuck.
Right about that.
I mean, for me, I want everything done before chicken turn-in. Every fucking thing. I don't give a fuck. Brisket, ribs, pork, done before chicken. If I'm not done before chicken, then I'm running late. I'm like, fuck. And then I start scrambling. I look at the temperature, fucking start adding logs, trying to get my temperature up. And I'm like, I need to get it done, and it's okay. It'll be fine. But that's my shit. I need to be done before chicken turn-in. Everything needs to be in the can, bro. Because at the end, I mean, it's going back on the pit. It's gonna get hot, So I don't care if it's done way early. The earlier, the better for me.
Hey,
I like to rest my shit though. Some people don't.
Right on. Hey, Eddie, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I was feeling real good about my half chicken the other day. I had pinned it up and everything. I caramelized the sauce, man. I was feeling really good about it. And then I saw a picture of yours. I was like, oh. My chicken wasn't that good. Like I'm looking at Eddie's chicken, and his chicken was stupid, dude. Like, what'd you put on that thing, man?
Man, I don't remember. I might have dropped it. And
hey, Ty, you know what he put on it? He put that hot 2 on that thing.
Spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing.
Man, I'll tell you what I put on it. I swear to God, all I put on it was Gulf Coast Smoke Trifecta. No bullshit. Swear to God, that's the only seasoning I used. Was Trifecta from Gulf Coast Smoke.
Okay.
And
you know what? I saw that in your video. That is what
that's
in your
exactly
video.
What I did, bro. I swear to God, that's exactly what I did. So I went to the barbecue store I go to in Hutto, Texas, called Rock and Egg Grilling Supply. Shout out. So I had placed my order. I went to pick it up, and I was like, and she asked me, she said, "Have you tried the Trifecta yet?" I said, "No, man, I haven't tried it. Let me try it out real quick." Gave me the sample. I tried it. I said, "I'm running this shit on my chicken today." And sure enough, I ran it straight out the fucking bottle on my chicken. I didn't grind it. I didn't mix it with anything. I put it under my skin. I put it over my skin, cooked it. And then, man, after I sauced it, I did use a finishing dust. I did Eats, right? Most powerful stuff. Yeah, whatever it's called. The black one that Eats.
Yeah, that's the most powerful stuff.
And man, that's it. That's all I did. And man, my injection, I'll tell you my injection too. I don't give a shit. It was chicken broth and cluck butter. Straight, that's it. And dude, my chicken was it was moist, it was tender, it was everything that I want. And my chicken haven't been doing good in, man, almost a year. I've walked maybe 3 times in the last year in my halves. They do good enough to get me by, and give me that reserve or grand, but that chicken walk, it's been a while, and man, that Trifecta was fucking fire.
Yeah, it was looking good, bro.
10 out of 10, do recommend.
Well, hey, I realize that we're already at 9:04, so we are going to get into some of JP's Mount Rushmore barbecue homie, and then we are going to do the Rate My Box. But I do want to cover a little bit of the payouts and everything for this weekend's Danny Dietz Memorial. Grand champion will receive the September 14th this weekend. Grand champion 7,500, reserve grand 5,000, and right there are each of the overall for all the meets. And this is going to be a tremendous. This is $50,000 cook-off payout. So that's where we'll be. I look forward to meeting JP there, and I look forward to technically meeting Eddie for the first time. But you got any more questions, Eddie, before we move into the Mount Rushmore and barbecue homies?
I don't have a question, but I have an answer for Sean Trainer on the sauce glaze. Man, I used Blues Hog Original and smoked this with a little bit of peachy peach habanero. Equal parts, or not equal parts on the peachy peach. I think, man, I did like 2 or 3 squirts, you know, just enough to get that little hint of kick, and it was good.
Trying new stuff. You trying anything new this weekend, or you already got your profile ready? You know exactly what you're doing already, Eddie?
Yeah, that's my KCBS, that stays the same.
Very precise every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
My chicken half, every weekend I'm trying something new, you know, and that's what I tried this weekend, and man, it worked. Who knows if it's gonna work, you know, in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks, but it worked this past weekend. 75 teams, and I hit a 6th place, so it was good.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, we're not going to have any wrap-up recap upcoming events. I'm going to claim ignorance as the producer and have Rob do a double duty next week. But we are going to move in directly to Mount Rushmore. You've already kind of talked about a little bit of your barbecue homie and your Mount Rushmore, but you're familiar with the show, JP, with doing the Mount Rushmore?
Yep.
All right, Eddie, you want to explain the Mount Rushmore and gift shop real quick? I'll get everything set up.
Mount Rushmore, man, somebody that you look up to or that has helped you out throughout your barbecue career. I mean, I don't know if they have to be alive, but dead or alive, just anybody that you kind of put on a high pedestal would be your Mount Rushmore. And then you get one that almost made it in the Mount Rushmore, but not quite. So you got them in the gift shop. So you get 5 total. So 4 on Mount Rushmore and then 1 just almost in there.
Well, I'm gonna start it off with what I believe is the guy that pulls up at a comp and everybody sees him and they're like, "Shit, he's here," and that's Janky Leg. I don't know what to say about him besides the man wins. You know, he's cooked a half season and he's number 1 in KCBS. The second person after Jordan Kilpatrick, I'd put down Brad Leinecker. Getting basted is probably the modern day GOAT. Next guy is, of course, the GOAT, Aaron Ward. KCBS guys. When I'm going down to Texas, Johnny Trigg has got to be on the Mount Rushmore. And then my personal, almost made the Mount Rushmore, the guy that's helped me out the most, my mentor, Chris Carden from Taste of Grace Barbecue. That's my Mount Rushmore.
That's a good Mount Rushmore, man. Jordan.
I got Jordan, Brad, and Johnny Trigg. Who was the 4th?
Darren Wirt, the GOAT.
Darren Wirt. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that guy. Man, I met him in Florida, dude. He cooked on 1 can. 1 can. It's like, 5th place, 1 can.
Didn't he win one on a 1 can like not too long ago?
Won several on 1 can, dude. He's like challenging himself at this point. Like,
well, the last one he won got him to the Jack, I think.
He probably cook on 1 can at the Jack just to challenge himself, man. He's the GOAT.
Man, technically I cook on 1 can. It's just laying sideways and it has a firebox. You know?
Right on. That's funny.
Damn it. No, that's a good one, man. Jordan's a bad motherfucker, and Brad is fuck. I mean, ain't no question. Johnny Trigg, obviously a GOAT. Yeah. Hell yeah. So barbecue homie person you call every weekend, what's up? Where we going? And it can't be your wife. It has to be another cook on the trail. Where we going? Let's set up next to each other, and then you get. Hold on, you get one more though. You get a gumball machine. That's the one you caught, man, when that boy doesn't answer.
So how many people can I give you?
You get one, a barbecue homie, and then you get one gumball machine homie, which is, man, if he doesn't answer, you'll call the next guy.
Man, what am I gonna do with all these other people's name I wrote down?
you only get one. You only get two.
Okay, so my number one barbecue homie is Scuba Steve with Mad Dog Barbecue. He's the one I call more than anybody else. Like after comp, before comp, we tell each other what we're, hey man, I made this change this week. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to run that. What you think about this? That's the guy. I call my man Steve. Shout out to Mad Dog Barbecue. If you're ever at a comp with him, he's the guy that's always doing Wild Child. He's created a wheel and everything to spin for the meat. But that's my barbecue homie.
Okay. I don't know him, but sounds like a great guy.
He is a great guy, man. That's my man. And then the next one, man, that's a tough one. And I call this guy all the time, man. It's got to be him, because if Steve don't answer, this is the next person I call, man. It's Brian Dwyer from the Barbecue Bus. He's become a real good confidant in this past year, man. And he's a guy that I can pick up the phone when I'm struggling or just after a comp, like you said, man, and call him, and he gives me great advice. And he's a good barbecue homie.
Fuck yeah. And none of them are coming to Danny Dietz.
And neither of them are coming to Danny Dietz. I'm a long way from home, man.
So when do you go home, bro? Like, are you ever home?
We're going back to Wilmington sometime in October.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You said sometime in October? Just sometime.
Dude, I gotta look at the schedule, man. Like we're good. we're going back sometime in October, and I know we're gonna be there. There are parts of November because we got comps on the East Coast, so we gotta hit up. But,
mind you, Ty, this motherfucker, he has a house on fucking wheels, bro.
Right.
So, and he don't need to be home. He's already fucking home.
That's the dream, man. I'm thinking about. I mean, that's probably comes from a military mindset, but I absolutely want to vamoose and just get around the country, see things. I did a lot of traveling when I was younger, but I would love to have that lifestyle. I don't necessarily want to cook, but I'll wash some people's dishes. Maybe I'll just get on as like an all-time dishwasher on the circuit and charge for my services or something.
Run with us. Hey, can I do one more thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I made a list of like barbecue homies, but I'm not going to go through all those. So my wife and I are a couples team. And when we get to comps, there are certain comps that we like to park next to or eat dinner with other couples. So I'm going to rattle off a few of those names if you guys don't mind.
Couple homies.
Yeah, man. So like, yeah, couple homies or whatever. So like Curly Bird, Glamping Grillers, Rooters and Tutors, Motley Crew, Pig and Whiskey, my man. Shout out to Brent and Uncle Kirk. Smoke Show Mafia, Damn Yankee, Texas. Those are just some of the teams that we like to hook up with when we go to comps. And I know I missed some other names, but those are the ones that we're really tight with. And if we can get next to them at a comp, we're sized.
I met a few of them at the KCBS Invitational.
Right on.
Yeah. Glamping Grillers and
Charles is a good man.
Yeah.
Charles is on. Yeah.
And then you said, damn Yankees. You lost me there, bro.
Shout out to Shane.
Shane.
Fireball.
Yeah.
New thing, couple homie. We might be adding hashtag couple homies.
Couple homies.
Because it's different, right? It's different.
Yeah, it is
absolutely.
different.
That's who you go and eat dinner and shit with, Like,
yep. Yeah, you
ready to start throwing out some sevens, Eddie?
Oh, I'm ready to start throwing out sevens, bro.
What? Man, he always wants to crush
for sevens.
JP, you ready to do some boxes?
Hold on. JP, did you send your boxes in?
I told you I wasn't sending no boxes in, bro. When I told you you're a soul crusher, man, you crush people's dreams, bro.
Cool.
It's not happening.
I was looking forward to it.
All right, here we go. Let's get some boxes here.
Oof. All right, we'll have Ty first. No. Our guest first. JP goes first, then Ty, then me.
Sounds good.
Hey man,
we'll let the gooder gang go first.
We're actually giving scores based on 1 through 10, right?
Well, no, we go CBA style, which is 7 will be the lowest, and then 10 will be the highest.
Okay, 7 through 10. I
Yeah,
like the
7
wingtip.
through 10, and then we'll let the gooder gang go first, and then we'll jump in. So
Twisted D Cookers, Donnie give it a 10, Nicho gave it a 9, Sean with a 9, Los Gordos 10, this Eddie's 10 ?
Who's
ZZ
Eddie?
Top Fan with a 10. That's that must not be you. That's not spelled correctly.
That's misspelled there.
JJ Daly with a 9.
All right, JP, you do the honors, sir.
Man, that's a 10 all day, bro. That's a beautiful bird.
Ty?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a 10. I mean, I like the way it's placed in the box with the breast forward. I like the wing. I don't know why Rob is like team no wingtip or team wingtip. You know, like I've seen them both look really good. This is a 10 all day in my book.
Man, it's gonna be a 10 for me. It's my box, and I usually don't give myself a 10, but I don't see anything wrong with this. If I had to pick something on the breast, there's a little blob of heavier sauce. Man, this wing, I try to lay it down like this so it doesn't hide the breast. And I know Rob thinks that, you know, the way certain people lay it down, it hides the breast. But man, if you lay it down this way, man, I think you have enough breast to see. And yeah, I think it's a good looking chicken.
That's gorgeous, dude.
I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a good looking box. All
Thanks
right, here we
for the
go.
nines.
Next one.
It's nice.
We like to keep a poker face, so if it looks like shit, don't show it. Except for me, sometimes I bust out laughing. I'm sorry. Sorry for laughing, brother. So yeah, I mean, we're starting off a bunch of 10. Oh, Rob Arocha in the house.
Is that Rob Arocha?
Rob,
what's up, boys? Ty, Eddie, and JP. Small
is
break
that
here.
guy?
Have a great show.
What's up, Rob?
I know that guy in real life.
Me too. Hope you're having fun in Japan.
Sean Trainer with a 10. John Jensen with a 10. Looks like this has got 10s. This is all 10s, man. This might be one of the get the nice box ding. Speaking of nice box ding, we forgot.
You don't know if it's gonna be a 10 yet, bro.
No, that last one was. I think you got some 9s, but we all 3 gave it a 10, so
Yes,
it got a nice box.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rob, for that 8. Ty, go ahead with this one.
I'm gonna give this a 10 as well. The only thing that I'm unsure of about the judging aspect of it is, like, to me, the grass there, I don't know if that's kale or if that's lettuce, but it looks different. It doesn't look exactly right, but I don't know if you're supposed to judge.
That's parsley.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, so I still give it a 10 though.
JP?
Yeah, bro. That's a jack box right there. That's beautiful. That's a 10 all day, every day.
Yeah, I mean, I hate doing this, but it's going to be a 10 for me.
I don't think we've ever started the show with 2 10s across the board the first time. So, all right, here we go. Next one.
Been watching the show.
Yeah, this is where you get into the very specifics. Like, I want to hear y'all's perspective when you grade this or when you score this on those fingernails that are sticking out there.
The toenails. Poker face.
Yeah, Twisted D Cookers. I only tell who it is if they come out, or if it's our follow team, Serge Gracita. I'll tell you that it's his box every time. But unless they come into the chat and say, yeah, you can say who it is, I'm not gonna bust them out on the show like that.
I know. I've been given too many 10s.
Who the hell is this guy, and what happened to the real Eddie? That's hilarious.
Somebody said, "Damn, 2 10s from Eddy." Shit.
Yeah, that never happens.
No.
Somebody gave it a 7. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
8 from JJ, 9 from Gorda Q.
And if you give it a 7, you need to tell us why.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Greens need a little work.
A lot of 8s. A few
Soft
7s.
as pudding tonight. Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh,
We
shit.
started off with 2
Here
10s,
we go.
but y'all keep gaslighting Eddy. Everybody is
hope-
going to get a 7 no matter if it's a 10 or not.
I hope JJ sent the box in tonight.
Let me see if I got one from him.
All right, JP.
I don't think I do.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to give it a 9, bro. The sauce work's a little sloppy, and it could be the pitcher, or it could just be sloppy sauce work. And that box, my wife would have never made that box. Like, that's just, they need to tuck all that stuff in on the corners, and yeah, man, that's a 9. And I wouldn't be mad at you if you called it an 8, but that's definitely not a 10.
All right, I'm gonna go next on this one. And this is a So Smoking Gooder show, so we judge it all. So I'm gonna go with the fucking 7 on this one. Starting off with the kale. Come on. But anyways, the ribs, man, I understand the cut, and I man, maybe you didn't have enough rib to cut from, but you got that starting from the left side, that second rib, that bone is damn near halfway off the fucking rib. To me, if I take a bite of this rib, that whole fucking meat is coming off the bone. So for KCBS box, I think that's not going to work out. And they're almost all like that. Sauce game, not a big fan. Definitely very light on the sauce. Yeah, so it's going to be a 7 for me. Sorry, whoever it is. I hope it's JJ's. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this an 8 for the reason of pretty much the same reason you're talking about. And here's what I don't understand is, like, was this just cut wrong or what happened here?
So I'm assuming, and JP, you might agree with this, that bone, let's look at, every rib. The bone is on the right side on the bottom, and I guarantee you on the top is on the left side. So that rib was like this. So they cut it to try to make it look like a straight bone. And man, you have to come over, and I've done it before, and sometimes it is what it is, and I'm sure this was what it was, but yeah, you got to cheat it, man, and you got to try to get that straight bone. That's what I think happened with this. I may be wrong. JP, what do you think?
No, it was definitely somebody trying to manipulate the cut. They just didn't do a good job of it. And you can see with as much meat as there is on the left-hand side that they could have cut it to where it would have been a little more even and given a little more, and I think it could have been cut better.
Yeah.
There was enough meat there that it could have been cut better.
Yes.
All right, I didn't see whose box this was in the comments, so I guess we'll move on to the next box. All right, Gooder Gang, do your thing. What you think about this chicken right here?
So how'd you like cooking a half, JP? You said that was your first time cooking a half?
I did, man. I'm definitely gonna try it again.
Did you practice any before the cook-off, or did you just said fuck it, I got this?
No, I talked to Bill about it, and then I talked to Brent about it, and I basically just cooked it the way that I normally cook chicken, KCBS. But I pinned it up, and I did the squeeze bottle sauce. I've seen enough people do them, like in videos and stuff, that I had some idea of how to do it. I just wanted to verify, about whether I had to just do a straight grilling chicken or whether I could cook it like I normally cook chicken. And Brent said he hit in Texas just cooking the regular chicken, so that's what I did.
Man, I saw your chicken. It looked good. You should have sent it. No, straight up, it did look good though. But Man, it looks like we got a lot of 8s, a couple 9s.
Let's see, Gorda Q says 9, not bad, but tiger stripes need to be laid down a little more, in my opinion. Maybe a bit more sauce.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first on this one.
Yeah, go ahead,
See,
Tom.
I'll go ahead and I'll give this a 9. I like it. I don't understand the tiger stripe thing. I don't necessarily like it. I like it when there's no stripes on there and you can just see all the beautiful color of that chicken, the plumpness, but I do love the trend where these things look like they're on steroids and they look like if you touch them, they're about to pop and juice you right in the face. So I do love that part of it.
JP.
Right. Yeah, so I would give this one an 8. I do think the tiger stripe is off a little bit. And it looks like they over-seasoned it and either didn't allow it to adhere or something, because it just doesn't look right, and they didn't sauce it enough. So I know that's a lot. It sounds picky, but that's what I see. I think it's an 8.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice compared to some of the comments on this show.
Yeah, that's not picky at all. I'm going to agree with you on the 8. Definitely grainy. I take a bite of this and I'm getting fucking seasoning stuck in my teeth. The sauce looks like maybe it got set a little too long. And the tiger stripes, I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. This was kind of half-assed. Maybe you ran out of time. Maybe your grill grates were too hot. I don't know what it was, but it has a potential to be a 9, but it's gonna be an 8 for me.
Gotcha. All right.
And somebody's probably gonna comment on here and say it was first place somewhere. So.
Well, I know whose box this is, and I want them to get on there. And
there he
say
is.
something.
I knew it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I knew that was his box.
Carlos.
That was
first place chicken and New Braunfels, I guess.
Man, congratulations, bro. I'm sure it tastes great.
I know. It tastes great, man.
Man, we're only judging the appearance, So.
Yeah.
All right, next let's go brisket.
KCBS brisket. Poker face.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as many KCBS boxes as we have, but people did turn in other boxes, so I wanted to get those in too.
So, before we judge this, JP, how do you feel about blocking?
I think it's a necessary evil, man. You get what you get with meat selection, and sometimes briskets aren't even on the edges, and you just gotta put forth your best deal, and you can block it, and it makes it look better. There are times that I wish I had blocked when I didn't.
Yeah.
And I look back at it and I'm like, ooh, man, these edges are frayed, or it's a little thin on one side and thicker on the other. When if I had blocked them, it would have looked way better. So
yeah, I don't mind it, man. Honestly, a lot of people, Rob, I think, doesn't like blocking, but I see a lot of comments too that, man, they don't like blocking, but I don't have a problem with it. Sometimes it's necessary, like you said. It's an evil necessary. So, man, if you need to do it. I don't think it's gonna change the flavor or anything of the brisket. It's just, man, you made it squared. So better than turning in a fucking brisket that's crumbling on both edges, looks like shit, and those edges might hurt you.
Yeah.
So,
what do we got here? Gordo Q says 8, splotchy for some reason, but nice blocking, good looking burnt ends. 8. Yeah. All right, I'll go first on this one. I'm going to give this 9 because even though it does, I'm curious with burnt ends. And big shout out to I'm having a blank for our guest from last week. I keep wanting to call him Facebook Market Phil and
Eric Cantrell.
Eric Cantrell. Yeah, Eric Cantrell. So the perspective he brought last week with the flavor profiles and what do you do if that burn in just is, so sweet and then the brisket tastes different? How do you kind of reconcile that as a judge? So I'll ask you, JP, how do you reconcile that as a judge, since you started as a judge, with the burn ends being so sweet and the brisket profile tasted different. What if the brisket sucked and the burn ends were the best you ever had? What would you score it?
Well, last week when you guys asked him the question, I got the same answer that I'm about to give you now, which was, if you had something that was exceptionally just like amazing that was in the box, I'm not gonna discount the meat that was in the box that wasn't so great. I mean, if that was an awesome burn in and your flat kind of sucked, if it was awesome, I'm probably gonna give you the score that the box was off. But that's just me.
Okay.
All right. Well,
What is it time for the next one? We done with this
nah,
one?
we need a.
Okay.
Well, I give it a 9, man. Like, there's something off with those slices, but I just can't put my finger on it. If it was a KCBS, I would probably give it an 8, but CBA, I'd give it a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be the angle of the picture throwing out the perspective as well. But anyway.
Yeah, I can put my finger on it. It's that fucking bark. Man, I mean, there's spots where it's nothing. It's just, but, and I know a lot of people say, bark's overrated or whatever, and it's not over here in Texas, and that's where I'm at. So, that being said, burn ends look pretty good. The meat itself, besides the bark, man, looks great. So, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it an 8.
That's being nice. All right, let's move on to the next one. Pork. Go ahead, Gooder Gang, do your thing on this pork box.
And then we'll go JP, Ty, and then myself.
Okay, gotcha.
After the Gooder Gang.
Los Gordos popping in with a 9. Buzzed with a 9. Aaron Stouffer with an 8.
Why,
Smoke
Aaron?
on Main Street with an 8. Why an 8? 8's not quite personal, but still, we'd like to know why. 8 pork lobster tail.
Does look like a lobster.
Yeah,
9 Munich could be more round, but I'd eat it. Yeah, absolutely. Daddy Dutch with an 8. Ricardo with a 9. You said you wanted me to go first, Eddie?
No, I'm going first.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'd give it a 9, and I'd give it an 8 if it was KC. I'd give it an 8 if it was KCBS, but I'll give it a 9 on the CBA. I just think it's a little too saucy for me. It's a little too saucy, but it looks good.
Yeah, this is for me, like, this is seeing all these rate my boxes and not having practical application of actually cooking and setting up a box myself, but seeing all of these on rate my box, when people try different stuff like this, sometimes it doesn't look very good to me, and I think that's what's happening here. But I mean, probably a little bit too much glaze, so I'll give this a 9. Be careful with the sauce on there. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep. A little too much sauce.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't mind the sauce on this. I think on pork, man, I'm always a little heavier on the sauce. The only thing I don't like about this is that I feel like if you move this box, that front left money is just gonna fall over, and it does look like a lobster tail, but whatever. I'm gonna judge the ones that I can see. Might be an 8 for me. I'm not a big fan of this presentation. I mean, I tried this presentation in Arkansas last year, and it didn't work out.
So is the log not even cut? I mean,
no, it's cut.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It just looks strange to me. All right. Let's next one. Is this where Rob would say poker face, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. 3 more boxes, y'all, and then we'll wrap it up and get out of here.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go first on this one. Then Ty,
right.
then JP.
Hey, that's absolutely right. There's a reason why I decided to come be on the show for 2 years before I decided to do my first cook myself. I've watched a lot of dishes, but yeah, this will be my first cook. Aaron Stouffer with an 8, Smoked on Main with an 8, Nicho with an 8, Los Gordos 8, uneven. Yep, definitely uneven. Derek Walls with an 8. Izada Lobster Tail. I think that was for the last photo. 8, front and back slice needs some work. We don't do halves, but 7.5, almost an 8, I guess.
No, we'll round it down. It's a 7.
Sloppy. All right, go ahead.
All right, so my biggest issue here is the whole box. No, I'm just kidding. So it looks like, man, they might have sliced it and just kind of left it sitting on the cutting board for, man, just a touch too long, so it started oxidizing. And then I don't know, there's a smoke ring, but there's no bark. It's nothing but sauce. That front slice and that back slice, fuck, it's just kind of all over the place, you know. And I feel like these weren't stacked in order, which doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna judge that, but I can tell that top slice and that second slice should have been in order. It's just, I don't know. And if you're gonna trim the fat off, trim the fat off. You got all these squigglies in the middle, but man, it doesn't look that appealing. So, oh, did I say this was gonna be a 7? This is gonna be a 7 for me.
Yeah, I think we gathered that.
But man, it's almost an 8.
Yeah, for me, I think this will be an 8. I don't really think I'm qualified to give a 7, but this is going to be an 8 for me just because of the unevenness and the fact that, you know, so many of these boxes that we're turning in or that are getting turned in now for Rate My Box are freaking beautiful. And then when you see something that is not quite to that beautiful level, it really does stand out, and that kind of makes you see why Eddie is so hard on boxes, because every single box he puts out is a specific way, and a lot of the cooks that are winning a lot, I'm sure that's the same sentiment. Would you agree?
Yeah,
I'd agree. And I mean, you know, whatever I say, it's not personal. I don't even know whose box this is, and if it was my box, I'd say the same thing. And my boxes man, they started off looking like this. You know, it doesn't start off perfect, so
Right.
Don't get discouraged. You know.
So I'm going to try to give them a little help here. Whoever box this is, I'm going to give it an 8, and that's not the help. The help is they need help with the greens. I would probably go to YouTube and see some of those box building deals where they tuck all that stuff in with a credit card on the side. And just earlier I spoke about blocking. This could use blocking. If you can see how it overlaps, like it's the pieces. It could use blocking, man. It would make the appearance way better. There is a time for it, and this was one of those times that they could have just neatened it up a little better, man. It's the only thing that we really can control is the appearance of our boxes.
Yep, absolutely.
That's 100% true. That's the only thing we can control at the end, right?
Yep.
All right, ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Some ribs. All right, Gooder Gang, do your thing. Last 2 boxes.
We'll go Ty, JP, and myself on this one.
Aaron checking in with a 9.
Aaron's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's pretty nice. Not a lot of low scores coming out of Aaron tonight.
Man, I agree with JJ so far.
JJ with 4 dots. I'm not sure what score that represents, but seems low. 9. Nicho with a 9. Derek with a 9. Ricardo says 8. Need some bass boating. Let me see if I got some bass boating for you.
I call it bass boat.
Bass boating?
If you ever seen a bass boat go down the water and everything.
I don't remember the order I said. I hope y'all do.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
That vodka is creeping in.
I'll go ahead and go first. We got the last 2 boxes. I'm gonna give this a 9. I think the it could have been glazed a little bit better, but for the most part, everything looks nice. I just wish the top row was probably pushed up just maybe another 1/2 to 3/4 inch, maybe a 1/2 inch higher to make it even on the right lower side with the kale.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10, just because there's nothing to kill there. I mean, I look at it and there are a few things that I could be highly critical of, but I think it's a 10 or a KCBS 9. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing to kill for most people, but for me, no, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 9, man. But definitely, sauce needs a little work. The fat seams, I don't care. They don't bother me because, man, you can't control that. That's just part of the rib, you know. But yes, you can't control the sauce, and the sauce could take a little help, and a little bit of trimming would go a long way. So, but that's a 9.
All right, here we go. Last box. Derek says, not a garnish contest, but clean up the edges of the kale. Ribs look appealing, but could adjust the ribs and align better. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at, but yours is a much better articulation of what I was trying to say. Thank you, Derek.
I'll go first on this one.
I kind of want to see one more after this.
Oh, do you?
I kind of want to see a 10.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I got a 10 somewhere. Should I have a 10, Eddie? Did you send me something?
No, not me.
Okay,
no.
okay.
No.
All right, let me see if I got anything else here.
But, man, disclaimer, it's not going to be a 10 for me. But, JP, you can go first.
Yeah, bro. I didn't actually think I was going to get on here and give anyone a 7. It's a 7, though.
Why is it a 7?
It's a 7 because to me it just looks like the stuff just thrown in the box. 1, 2, there's not enough sauce on it. It looks really grainy. Yeah, man. It's the wings don't look, fat's not rendered. I mean, it's just a 7, bro. For the reasons I said, like, that's my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. All right, yeah, 100% agree with you on the 7. And you know, yes, it looks like it's just thrown in there, and you know, and it's again, sorry, with all due respect, you know, it looks like you rushed it, and man, you're doing too much. And I feel like if I take a bite out of this chicken, I'm bringing the whole skin with it. It doesn't look like the skin is
not rendered, bro.
It's not rendered yet. Those 2 back wings, man, you could have put them. Man, you could have put one more wing where that foil is, and maybe it could have been a little better. But yeah, that's just not it for me. And it could definitely has potential. You rearrange this, and you might make it look better. And I'm sure this probably was a second or third or first place chicken somewhere. And you know, again, we're only judging what we see. We can't judge the taste or anything like that. But yeah, it's gonna be a 7 for me also.
Yeah, I really hope that I don't know. I think what I'm about to say is going to sound stupid, so I'll just say that. So when you start talking about you feel like if you pull that skin, the whole skin will come off, and this is not rendered. This is the part where, you know, I claim amateurism. And can you explain that, not rendered, to the layman, please?
You want to go, JP, or?
Yeah, I'll give it to him real quick. So basically, chicken skin is fatty, and when you cook wings at home, you probably cook them to where they're crispy. Mm-hmm. When they're not crispy, it's because that fat hasn't rendered out of the chicken. Like, it's still fatty, and it's still going. The whole piece is going to come, like Eddie said, the whole piece is going to come off because it's just the fat hasn't rendered. It hasn't been cooked out of the skin.
Okay.
Yeah. And on a half, I'm not expecting bite through skin, but I am expecting, if I bite down just hard enough, I'll break through the skin. And this looks like I can fucking chew on it like a cow chewing some hay, and it ain't gonna fucking break.
I don't know if the analogy of cow chewing hay and a piece of chicken turned in for a competition barbecue should ever collide in the same sentence.
Bro, they chew forever.
But if they do, you know that it's probably the skin is not rendered.
Yeah, it's
a 7.
Or maybe an alpaca eating some hay. I don't know. One of them.
Gotcha. All right, I tried to find a good box here for the last one. Let's check this one out. This is the best KCBS box I have.
We'll let JP go first on this one since he's the KCBS pro.
I feel like lighting may have something to do with this one as well.
Nah, bro. This box is the reason why I don't cook thighs, man.
Daddy Dutch 8 sizes are uneven.
Please tell me that this is your box, JP.
No, this is not my box. This is why I don't cook thighs, man. I don't cook thighs, bro.
Wait, so what do you leg? You do legs or what?
I run legs, bro.
Oh, when you do legs, do you put them in a circle?
No.
When I see those legs and they put those the legs in a circle, man, and when it's on kale, that is beautiful to look at. I've got a box from someone that I just kept, and I put them on our advertisement. It was such a good looking book.
Dude, how do you put legs in a circle?
Oh, I'll find the picture for you. It's somewhere. Give me a second. I'll go find it.
Don't make me change my layout. It's like legs in a circle. What?
Man, so I've been cooking legs, right? And I've been doing good with them, but it's the appearance for me that, man, I hate the way legs look. Maybe it's just me. Not okay. I don't hate the way legs look. I hate the way my legs look. Like, I can't fucking set them up for some reason, So I put them in the box. I fucking take them out. I put them back in. I take them out. I just can't fucking figure out how to set them up. So I'm going back.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture of one of my boxes, bro. But all I'm gonna say is, don't rate my shit. Don't send me back no 7s. Don't send me back.
7.
No.
That's already a 7. Nah, so man, I'm going back to thighs, and I've done well with both, but the thighs, I think thighs just, to me, they just look better when you
do them right. I mean,
when you do them right,
I agree, man. If I could do thighs right or better, I'd cook thighs, man. But I just can't get them symmetrical. I can't get them to like this. You see all these odd bumps and curves, and dude, that's what my shit ends up looking like, and I just can't have it. Yeah. I like pretty food.
Los Gordos said, maybe shave your legs, Eddie, to look better.
I can't find the circle chicken legs. I know it's somewhere here.
So go ahead with this one, JP.
Yeah, man, this is going to be an 8 for me. If it was KCBS, it would be a 7. But this is going to be an 8 for me, man. I'm going to start off with looking at the like I said, not one of these thighs look like one of the other thighs, man. The shape is all off on them. There's splotchy or over sauce. It's just wrong, man. And I hope this person's a beginner, man, because in the beginning, all of our stuff was rough. And this is what this box looks like to me as a beginner. Just don't give up, bro. Whoever you are, don't give up. Just keep on cooking, and you'll get it. Ask for some help. Talk to some guys with more experience. Look at some videos. You'll get there.
Man, definitely look at videos, because you can find a lot of shit for free on YouTube now, or Facebook, or Instagram. Man, do your research. And if you got to pay for it, you got to pay for it. But So, man, that being said, I'll take the next on this. It's gonna be a 7 for me. I'm not really understanding the 3 wings in the middle. At that point, just leave them out. Uneven everywhere. I see some skin that was hanging over that you could have trimmed off. The sauce is just overset.
You see what that person wrote?
Yeah, so sorry, bro.
Yeah, Rob is in Japan, everybody. He's out of the country. He will be back next week for the show. Needs run amok. What's that?
Oh, who wrote that, man? Who wrote the run him up?
Bobby Stewart.
My man, I met him this weekend. That's what's up. I told, yeah, man, the run amok is something that he uses.
Did we go on this one yet or no? Did we?
No,
did
you
we
haven't
rate that
gone.
one?
You
all right,
have.
all right. I'm gonna give this an 8 as well because I think this is one of those pictures where it's poor lighting. It looks like it's probably darker than it actually is.
No, bro.
You don't think so?
No.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
I'm trying to help. But yeah, like this is not. I'm not gonna say who this is, but this is not a new cook, and this person turns in boxes all the time, and they get 9s and 10s like all the time. So to see a box. Yeah, this is not, I guess, their best box.
Maybe they sent the box from when they first started. I mean, you never know.
Shots fired.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I watch this show, man. I think people are just snagging stuff from like Instagram or Facebook and sending it in just to see what other people think of it. Like, and I think that might be one of these boxes. Man. Like, yeah, there's no way you're winning with that. Like,
well, now I'm really interested. I wish you would, or I wish they, not that it was a he or she, but I wish they would come in and say who it is and where it finished. Where did this box finish? Whoever turned it in.
Yeah, JJ, this is your box. Where did it finish? No, I'm kidding. I don't even know. I don't think I know JJ. Man.
All right, nobody's gonna take the box.
Man, leave the wings out though, for real. If you don't need them, just leave them out. They probably didn't even try them.
the wings look better than the thighs, though.
Man, they do, but there's only 3 of them.
They should have ran a wing box.
Yeah, 3 wing. Cut the motherfucker in half. You got 6. All right, so man, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's
Eddie, when are you pulling in on Friday, man?
Man, my goal is to be there by at least 4. My wife gets off of work around noon, so picking her up from work and we're fucking hauling ass. It's about a 3-hour drive for me, so might have to stop for some lunch or something, but hopefully be there about 4.
Right on.
Ty, when are you gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there probably Friday morning. I'm gonna go check out Carlos and see what's going on. I don't think I'm gonna be able to stay there because I've got some stuff going on Friday night, but I'll be back very early, and it's gonna be a fun weekend. JP, I look forward to meeting you. I look forward to spending time with all the people, and thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you guys for having us, man. We appreciate
it.
Can I give a shout out real quick to my sponsor?
Yeah, absolutely. Give a shout out.
No.
Right on, man. So I'm gonna give a shout out to Good Charcoal, Heath Rouse, Springer Mountain Farm, the Barbecue Bus, that's Peep Show and Beef Show, Valari Meats, the best pork on the planet, Atlanta Barbecue Store, get your supplies there, especially if you're on the East Coast, they'll take good care of you. And one more shout out to my man Cliff at Claude's Q. And my man Eric at Papa Pig. There's a ton of folks that I had on that list. Henry Jones off the rack. All of my East Coast folks that always help me out when I'm in a rut. Thank you so much for your support.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Ty, you want to give a shout out to your sponsors?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my wife who puts up with me since high school. We dated in high school, went to my junior prom. She's the love of my life. She puts up with me every day with my nerdy and eccentric ways. So thank you very much for letting me do podcasts a bunch of times a week, go off and do barbecue, and just be a wild and crazy guy. I appreciate you. Love you, Sarah.
That's the best shout out I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, she's the best wife I've ever had.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'd like to give a shout out to my first wife. Nah, I'm just kidding. That's still my wife.
Oh, I was gonna put you on the screen for that one.
still my current wife. Hopefully my only wife.
Shout out to wives, bro. We couldn't do it without.
Hell yeah. Nah, shout out to the wives, bro, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to JP for coming on. Bourbon and Blues BBQ. We learned a lot from you today. Thank you for your service to our nation. It was pretty poetic to have you here on 9/11 and us be able to have this conversation. Thank you very much for coming on, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Right on, bro. Barbecue.
Fuck yeah. Hey, what are we drinking this weekend, bro? What are you gonna make us?
Bourbon.
Oh, shit.
Maker's Mark. That's what I'm talking about.
What spot are you in?
Say what?
What spot are you?
17.
I need to know where to go for the 922 shot.
Oh, bro, don't do that to me, man. Come on, don't put the 922 on me, man. We
Hey,
go somewhere.
Man, you heard it here first. 922 going down at JP's fucking camp.
Hey, don't show up in my trailer at 922 on Saturday.
Man, I'm gonna be there. We're all gonna be there. The Gooder gang will be there. But one more thing before we go. So after fucking awards and everything, we're hanging out at Chris Davis's trailer, and man, here comes JP walking up with fucking plate in his hand. Like, what, man? I thought he was bringing, like, you know, brisket or rib or chicken, something. Just come try this real quick. Let me know what you think. But nah, man, he fucking pulls up with this fucking grilled cheese, like a pizza grilled cheese. Man, it was fucking amazing. It's probably the best grilled cheese I've ever had.
So that grilled cheese I made that morning, I made a version of it that morning for me, Shane, and Colleen. So on our way back, we're walking, me, Shane, and Colleen are walking back from awards, and I'm talking to Chris Davis. We're getting lemonades, and he's like, I was like, hey, what are y'all doing for dinner, bro? Are you staying? Oh yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't know, man, but I'm hungry right now. I'm gonna go back and make a sandwich. He's like, shit, I like a sandwich. I was like, okay, I'll bring you one. So I have this sourdough that I got from HEB, and I put down the sourdough. I put some herbs on it. I put a little bit of mozzarella cheese, some sun-dried tomatoes, and then I grill it, of course, and do the thing, cut it in half, put it in a boat, and take it over to him. And Eddie was there, so he got to partake on it. I also put sea salt on it. That's what else I put on it. Yeah, man, like I said, I do more than barbecue.
You had me at sun-dried tomatoes.
Bro, I made
sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh,
right
yes.
I made a version of it last night for my wife. You know, I cooked, we did some spaghetti last night, so I fucking, you know, I thought it went well with spaghetti, so I made it, and yeah, that shit was fire. It wasn't like yours, but it was good.
Right on.
I didn't do no sun-dried tomatoes or anything, but you know, that shit was, I was like, damn, that's a good grilled cheese. It fucking tastes like pizza. Well, I took a bite and Chris was like, what's it taste like? Man, it tastes like fucking pizza, bro. He took a bite. He said, well, goddamn, that motherfucker does taste like pizza.
Right on.
We're going to have to test that theory this weekend.
Right
so
on.
after awards, everybody, Gooder gang, everybody go to JP's for grilled cheese.
Hey, look, don't listen to Eddie. Do not show up in my trailer expecting drinks or grilled cheese sandwiches, man.
I'll be there.
Right on.
Well, hey, JP, we will see you this weekend. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk to you soon.
Right on. I see all you guys in Waller this weekend.
All right, brother.
All right. Don't log off. Stay right there. We're going to close the show out with me and Eddie, and we'll come backstage with you in just a second.
Right on.
All right, man. Go ahead and take us out. What you got, Eddie?
Man, appreciate JP for coming. That was a great show. Man, shout out to Rob in Japan, learning that Japanese stuff. Man, I think we had a great show, and man, I appreciate everybody for watching, and good luck if you're cooking this weekend. If you're in Waller, man, I'll be there at spot 215. Man, man, if JP don't want to do the 922 shot, I'll do it at my camp. So come through. I'll have some, I don't know, some bourbon and some scotch. Come on by.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, thanks so much to Rob for letting Eddie and I have the show when you're not here. I don't think anybody else has done the show without Rob. So for myself, for JP, for Eddie, and for Rob in Japan, thank you for watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. We'll see you next week. And Case, go ahead and take us out, bro.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation. You too, California.